RPG Limit Break 2025. How you doing? My name is CC, and if you liked our previous run, it's going to be that, but put into a blender, and then we're going to throw that blender against a wall. That's right, it's Crystalis Randomizer with your runner, UraniumAnchor.
Thanks, everybody. Of course, my run is the one where everything breaks. I'm not trying to set it up, but hopefully it cooperates. So a couple things I want to mention before we get started. There is a reason that there's no naming incentive for this run. It's because LLK, I've known LLK for a really long time. She is an absolute... I can't pick a good enough word for it, but she draws all of my stupid ideas, and it's amazing. So,
LOK is good. We can agree.
So I had her. I don't know why this is making me tear up. It's not that big a deal. Yeah, she drew a custom sprite for me. Why? Oh my god, I'm sorry. I don't know why this is making me cry. It's just a custom sprite. It's not even that very important. But yeah, she drew it. She's the only one who knows what it looks like. If people have been following my streams, maybe they figured it out from some of the hints, but we are about to reveal it. And I'm ready when you are. And go.
Okay.
Oh, that's a good one. So those of you familiar with Freedom Planet 2 probably recognize this. Whoa. All right, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to talk to these two intro NPCs, see what they give me, anything interesting. Okay, Warp Boots and Medical Herb isn't great, but it's not a fruit of lime, so
Useful.
Okay, there are Warp Boots here. There's Medical Herbs. I'm going to go and buy a pair of Warp Boots. One of the things the randomizer does is it scrambles the item shops pretty severely. Okay, I'm going to have to come back for that, and you'll see why when it ends up mattering. So the two things is the first shop is not guaranteed to have either medical herbs or warp boots, which can make the beginning of a seed very interesting.
Yeah, especially you saw what the warp boots did during TheAxeMan's run too, where those let him teleport between towns he's been to before too. So they're very, very important for travel. And
you're also not guaranteed a weapon by any means. In fact, it's very, very rare that you find a weapon really early, just the way the seed tends to weight things. This cave is actually something they added specifically for the randomizer. It's kind of inspired by the GBC version, which we otherwise don't talk about. Oh, wow. Oh, by the way, I had Cornell from the randomizer community roll this seed for me. I told him a couple of things that were off limits, but that everything else was fair game. And we can see already it's giving me some amazing enemies. Yeah.
So I believe it's random where this tunnel takes you.
Yeah,
right?
okay, so early windmill key. Okay, so I know where I need to go next. There are two exits to this cave. One of them is free. The other one is blocked by a random wall. So I'm checking to see what wall this is blocked by. It may not end up mattering. Okay, that is a thunder wall. One other thing they added for the randomizer is a warp back to start, because it's really easy to soft lock yourself in a lot of cases. And also it's handy to have for traveling.
Mm-hmm. Should probably also establish too, the goal of this game is the same as for the vanilla game.
Yeah.
It's to get to the tower and defeat Dinah in order with the final boss, but just kind of how you get there is going to be very, very different.
Yeah, so the randomizer, there's something called story mode, which is on for most seeds. It's like the default. It requires that you kill all 7 of the main bosses, and when I say 7, I mean 4 of them, but you have to kill 3 of them twice. You have to have all 4 swords. You have to have... Did I seriously warp out before using the key? I think I did.
I didn't see the key.
I'm pretty sure I warped out before using the key. All right.
Yep. It's okay. It's close.
Yeah, that's never happened before. All right. Yeah, so I need the 4 swords. I need to kill all 7 of the bosses. I need all 3 bows, and I need flight. But that's more because there's stuff that's locked behind flight that I need. Okay. So I guess I didn't get a good chance to see if the item track. It is up. Cool. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So right now you can see there's nothing listed on the item tracker because I haven't found anything yet, which is not that uncommon. I would say
The windmill key doesn't go into the tracker?
no, because
Okay.
it's not critical.
Okay.
It's entirely possible to win a seed without ever finding it. It's pretty rare. Okay, hazmat suit. That's interesting. Okay. So that means that, okay, hazmat suit is the renamed gas mask. The gas mask in the vanilla game only protects you against the swamp. But in the randomizer, it also protects you against spiked floors because they changed the leather boots to be speed boots, which are exactly what they sound like. They make you run twice as fast, which is obviously really good in a randomizer, which means I'm probably never going to find them. And okay, so that's a firewall. So one of the other things, it's like a default option, you can turn it off if you really want to, is the walls will be random elements. Okay, alarm flute. Okay, so that means I can wake the windmill guard. And so learning how to play the randomizer is sort of a mental checklist of, oh, hi, Mimi.
Colors.
It's all, and Mimi's green because I'm green. uses the player palette. Oh, wow.
Hey.
That's a really nice find. Okay,
That is the best
so-
armor in the game, and it also heals you if you stand still.
And as you can see, she also drew armored Carol sprites.
Nice.
Although that didn't take quite as much modification, but it did require some modification. Yeah, she and I worked pretty tirelessly, especially over the last 3 or 4 days, just making this as good as we could. The first version of this, actually, her feet were a lot more black, and it looked fine in like the sheet editor, but once we actually got in game, the shadow made it look like she was standing in tar.
Yeah.
It looked awful, and so
we wanted to start talking about like scaling too.
Oh, yeah, okay.
We're like
So-
we're seeing enemies from very, very late in the vanilla game
Yeah,
at this point, and we're
and-
still level 1.
Okay, so this doesn't surprise me. The free exit from the cave took me to the Brynmere region, which doesn't surprise me considering that I found the hazmat suit, which means I'm gonna want to go to Oak. I still have not found a sword, by the way. It is not uncommon for it to take 5-10 minutes before you find a sword. So in the meantime, I'm just having to avoid everything. So you can get some pretty twisted seeds this way. So Tornell, this is a good start. I like this. This is good. This is good so far. I might end up cursing him later, but so far this is a good start. So I don't have telepathy, but this coming here, I don't remember exactly how far I need to go.
So in the randomizer, it's been patched so
that's
that
right,
you just go in and it automatically.
Okay. So now I can go fight Stom. Even though I don't have a sword yet, I can still fight Stom because it just gives you one. It's one of those things that I kind of discovered by accident as a kid, but it also doesn't matter because you will have a sword by the time you get here.
You mean by wild warping there or something?
No, I just unequipped the sword to see what would happen.
Okay.
Because I was a kid and I was screwing around. But yeah, you can fight Stom without a sword, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Actually, wait, do I have... Okay, I have 2 pairs of warp boots. Okay. So yeah, I'm going to warp out of this fight, but I have to do it at a pretty specific time. I have to wait until he starts fighting me and then warp out, go to Leaf.
Yeah, this is a glitch that TheAxeMan didn't do in his glitchless run, but in a glitched run of the vanilla game. Yeah, you're able to kind of cheat. You're able to cheat the training.
It's giving me a free pair of warp boots back, which is a lovely interaction. Okay, and I have to pay attention to, he wants a storm
bracelet. Okay.
So that may not end up mattering, but it's something I need to keep in mind for later. Okay, so I probably want to go back to Brynmere at this point. I don't think there's anywhere else for me to go.
Did you use the alarm flute?
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I did not. Thank you. Yeah, because I didn't talk to Akahana, so but I don't have any event items.
Yeah.
So.
I don't know if we even specifically said what the alarm flute did during X-Man's run, but it's a story item that lets you wake up sleeping people by sneaking up on them and playing this really loud musical instrument.
So shout outs to the development of this randomizer for really changing things, because in the vanilla game, it wasn't an event item, it was a consumable.
That is Thunder Rolls. Oh, I don't know.
And they actually changed it to be an event item that's 2 uses. So really thorough reprogramming of this game. I like the green paralysis shots too.
Oh yeah, there are certain things that use the player sprite. The chests were one of them. We saw those earlier. I'll hold the surprise until we find it. But there's one other one that's pretty great later on. Telepathy. Okay. Well, guess where I'm going. I'm going back to Oak. Tornell, this is perfect. This is exactly what I wanted. Just a whole lot of crazy, or just a whole lot of ridiculous back and forth. Okay, so as I was, I started to say earlier, one of the things about playing the randomizer is keeping a mental list in your head of, oh yeah, this wasn't what I was thinking of, but the puff balls in here are green now.
I think it works. I mean,
yeah. You always want to be thinking about two things. You want to be thinking about, okay, where are the critical paths that I can go to? Because there are, like, the 7 bosses are critical paths. So if you can get to them, oh, nice, there we go. Finally get
vanilla.
yeah, because Sword of Fire is normally off the Leaf Elder instead of the Mother, but so almost vanilla, but not quite. I'm trying to remember. The Windmill Cave was Ice Wall, wasn't it?
Yes.
Okay.
In the insect flute.
Is this even randomized?
All right. Normally I wouldn't go for this, but since it's right here, I'm gonna go ahead and.
That is funny, but that was. Yeah, that was the 2 vanilla items in the opposite spots.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and try and kill. It's possible I might not actually be able to kill.
Yeah, because the weaknesses for enemies are randomized.
Yeah,
so.
I might not actually be able to kill this.
There's
but
only
right
one sword it resists.
Yeah, but we'll get marathon luck. Let's see. Okay.
Oh, okay. Notice how you can actually see HP for enemies.
Oh my God.
Okay, you just need to not get hit.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have any projectile defense. I only have collision defense, and I don't think I have any medical herbs. Oh wait, no, I did go to medical herb earlier. Oh wait, I have psycho armor. I'm getting my health back.
Yep. And you have to stand still a lot in this fight.
Yeah,
So
I'm definitely playing this pretty safe.
Yeah, but you don't have any shield, and so there's 2 different defense dimensions. Your contact dimension, which is your armor, and your projectile defense, which is your shield. So if you don't have a shield, the projectiles from that flying insect were.
Okay, sure, whatever. Yeah, back to. I don't have a lot of money. Oh,
I mean,
I never went to.
No, oh yeah. And now you can go to Amazon's too.
I could. I'm just trying to decide if it's faster for me to walk through the Windmill Cave or walk to Brynmere.
It's gotta be
because he doesn't have the teleport spell yet,
Yeah.
so he's having to make pretty careful decisions about when to use warp boots.
Yeah, I mean the warp boots are relatively cheap. They weren't horrible. I've seen them so expensive you can't even afford them starting out. And well, whatever. That's fine. The scaling can get pretty ridiculous because I don't think we mentioned it, but items scale upwards as you collect more things. That's something else we haven't talked about yet.
Oh.
One of the new things they added to the UI is you can see directly below my level is DL, which is either danger level or difficulty level, however you want to look at it. Every time I find a key permanent... Oh, Akahana had hit the sauce a little hard.
Wow.
And he wants the ivory statue. That's the other thing is a lot of the item turn-ins are randomized, but if you talk to them, they'll at least give you a hint about what they want. Right, I'm paralyzed. Okay, you know what? This is fine. So a soft reset will clear your status ailments. It's a little bit faster than hitting the end, especially since I don't need to heal otherwise.
Yeah, and every time you enter an area that you can do a hard save of the game, which is like basically all of the overworld areas in the game, and then a couple like save spots and dungeons, that creates your continue point. And if you reset and reload, you'll just go back there. Yep.
Oh,
the bat leveled me up. I love it. There are some interactions that really only show up in the randomizer, and that's one of them, and I love it when it happens. Oh, get back here. He ran away with 5 hit points. That's another thing they added to the randomizer is, well, where is this going to take me? Tornell, I love you, but I hate you. This is going to warp me somewhere random. Oh, wow, that's really weird.
That's a good one.
Yeah, because in the vanilla game, when you find the Sword of Thunder, you automatically get teleported back to Chiron to continue the story. But in certain modes of the randomizer, you get teleported somewhere else.
Yeah, and in fact, the shell flute could be on the island, which means I couldn't have gotten here without the Sword of Thunder War.
Hi again, vampire.
Yeah, we just said hello to you. And one other. Okay, there's so much to talk about with the randomizer that they changed. So I guess I don't think I even finished talking about danger level. But anytime I find a key item, the danger level goes up, which basically means enemies get more dangerous, but they also give you more rewards. Sorry, give me a second. Okay.
And because of all the changes to the scaling, you don't really ever need to stop and grind unless you get really stuck.
Yeah,
on the boss
so
or something.
yeah,
too.
that's one of the things they changed is there's no level minimum anymore. You still might want to level up just because it's going to make things easier, but you can. If you can do damage to something at all, you can always do at least 1 damage.
Yeah. Yeah. So he's in Evil Spirit Island, by the way, too, which is like about halfway through the vanilla game or something.
Yeah.
Too.
So there's no warp point here in the vanilla game. There's a warp point added for Zombie Town for the randomizer.
Yeah.
And that's the warp point that we got. So if something happens, he can warp. If he goes out somewhere else, he can come back here pretty quickly with a warp.
Yeah. So there's a chance I won't be able to kill Sabera here because while the weaknesses are randomized, the number of weaknesses stay the same. And most of the main all the main bosses are only ever weak to 1 sword. And so I don't have the Sword of Wind right now. It's entirely possible that that's what she's weak to. I'm kind of hoping that's not the case, but you never know. Okay, not.
Randomizer also adds a
there
fast
we-
swap for swords, by the way, too, as a
Oh,
quality
yeah.
of life feature,
Yeah.
along with changing what color they are, too, to make it easier to tell which one you have equipped.
Yeah, so this is going to take a while because Sabera's health scaling is actually pretty high, and I don't have any offensive upgrades yet, so it's not hard. It can just take a while.
Yeah, which is why it's really, really nice that in this randomizer you're actually able to see how much health enemies have and how much damage you're doing, too.
Yeah, if I'm ever in a boss fight and I realize I'm doing 1 damage, I leave and I come back later. It just is a
Yeah,
general
using that
rule.
kind of save and quit option that's added in.
Yeah. I'm probably playing this safer than I really need to, but I don't know how much damage she's going to do to me if she hits me, so I'd rather not find out the hard way.
Yeah.
I do have an opal statue, but I really don't want to burn it this early.
Yeah, and in the randomizer, too, you don't actually have to equip opal statues to use
Yeah,
them,
it's
too. It's
another
just
one of the many, many
yeah.
quality of life improvements they made.
Unless you want to save your opal statue.
Yeah.
So since you don't have a shield, you take extra damage from the from all those shots. But
It's being pretty stingy all of a sudden. Okay, so killing Sabera, that's a key thing. That was Sabera 1, by the way, for the item tracker. But once I kill Sabera, chase her off, I can talk to Clark. He can give me something. Okay, so that is an offensive upgrade. That's another thing they changed for the randomizer. All the swords have the same base power, but when you find the things that were offensive upgrades in the vanilla game, it now increases the power of the sword. So my base power is still based off my level, but instead of the swords being 1, 2, 4, and 8, it's just 2. But if I have the ball, it's 4, and if I have the bracelet, then it's 8. And it changes the way the power ring scaling works too. I believe it doubles that bonus. It doesn't double the base, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, so it's a nerf then, just
Yeah.
because you saw just how much the power ring made a difference in the vanilla run.
It's still a very good item, but it's not
It doesn't
a
just
game
it doesn't
breaker.
trivialize.
Yeah.
all
There's
combat,
there's a good chance I will end up having to beat this seed without the power ring, if it happens to be hidden in a really dangerous spot or just a really out of the way spot. So this is a spot you never see in other speedruns. I'm having to look everywhere. Okay, so I haven't found the shell flute.
okay.
Right? Oh wait, no, I can.
Well, you've got this cave, yeah.
Yeah, I it's just to give you an idea of how rare it is to get warped here. I completely forgot. There's still a cave I can run through and check for stuff. So thank you for reminding me. I probably would have left and been very confused. But yeah, so I'm now doing Evil Spirit Island from the back. And it's nice to find Evil Spirit Island. Okay, Dio's Pendant is, it's kind of whatever. One thing, they buffed Dio's Pendant to restore magic even while you're moving, but I don't think I have any. Whoop.
Oh no.
That's not the worst thing. That's not the worst thing. Okay, normally water never breaks walls. Hi, Mimi. I should cover Mimi's eyes real quick.
Yeah, again, mimics are the highest
Yeah.
money award for a fight in this game.
Yep. That's not too bad because honestly, hi robots.
Yeah.
It can put tower enemies anywhere. And they're pretty dangerous, and they also don't drop money. That's the worst part. They don't drop money.
Yeah, because there's nothing to spend money on when you fight those in the vanilla game.
Well, yeah, I mean, they could have added. The weird part is sometimes they'll be mixed in with normal enemies, and the normal enemies will drop money, but you won't see it. You can still pick it up, but it's not there. I think it's some kind of sprite limitation, they just didn't even put the the money sprites in that sheet or something. I don't know what it is, but yeah, unfortunately. Okay, this is the last one, I think, right? Yeah. Hopefully you find something. Okay.
Oh, well.
That's good. Well, it's good eventually. I can't do anything with it yet. Shoot, what was the other exit from the cave? Oh, I still have.
It was thunder.
Yeah, I don't think you were able to do it. Yeah, because you didn't have any swords when you went there. Right?
Yeah.
I was trying to remember what it was, but I also realized I got warped out of the windmill cave. There's still 2 chests
that's
in
right.
there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's Zebu's cave too.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, but I can get to Brynmere, so that's kind of useless.
Okay.
You've got Amazons and Saber West.
Yeah, so I'm gonna the last 2 checks in the windmill cave. This is exactly the sort of troll that I was hoping for because I got warped out of a cave I wasn't done with and I almost forgot about it. It's entirely possible that there's nothing here, but these checks are pretty quick, and so I'm going to go ahead and do so. But yeah, what? It wasn't wind, right? The other exit?
No, I don't think we've seen any wind walls yet.
Okay. Yeah, so
I remember you talking about thunder at one point.
Yeah.
yeah,
it was
well, I know Thunder was definitely behind Zebu. I'm as long as it wasn't wind, then it's okay. I can definitely go the other direction. Oh, okay.
Oh,
hey,
that's
we
nice.
get to see the shield graphic that LLK drew
That's
for me.
awesome.
Nice scarf, yeah.
Yep. So not only did he replace the shield, but also we changed the palette that it used, and so it swaps when I swap colors.
Cool.
So it makes it really easy to glance to see which sword I have equipped. So yeah, my original idea was just to do a scarf because Carol wears a scarf, and then I realized we can do a full replacement.
Huh.
And that's what we ended up doing. And she was a champion for indulging my stupid ideas. So huge shout outs to LLK for all of the work that went into getting these graphics drawn. So this can go. This other exit can go to one of 5 places. It can go to Portoa. We know it can't go to Brynmere because the other exit went to Brynmere. It could go to Goa, the Goa region. It can go to Sahara. So maybe only 4. Okay, Sahara. Okay, so unfortunately, oh wait, no, I have telepathy and change. So
Oh yeah.
I can talk to Deo.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a good chance it's got something.
Yeah, the fact that it gave me telepathy and change this early and also opened a path to Sahara probably means that Deo has something important. So
Medusa
there's
too.
patterns. There's patterns you learn to recognize when it starts handing you things. It's like I bet this is hiding here. So something they changed for the randomizer is that. Nice.
Oh,
Okay,
nice.
that's actually really
gonna
good.
help a lot with
Yeah.
cutting out backtracking.
It's also a trigger.
Yeah, so now I can get it. Now I can get to Saber North. So I'm gonna go ahead and head there. Where was I? What was I talking about? Oh, one of the changes they made to Deo specifically is that you need to have both the change and telepathy spells to get the item that he hands you, because in a vanilla game you would just have telepathy by that point, but he's a rabbit. Why would you be able to talk to him?
Yeah.
So you need telepathy. And so the fact that it gave me telepathy and change so early is kind of a sign that Deo probably has something, and the fact that they ended up doing it. Okay, so this is hopefully got it.
Nope.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, this is like I'm usually pretty good at this,
Yeah,
and
this is
There we go.
this is a glitch that in a non-glitchless vanilla run you would use to skip you'd skip needing to get the teleport spell, I think.
Teleport.
well, so
Oh no,
that-
that's the
that
rabbit.
one is
The rabbit.
talking to the rabbit. I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but
there's 2 barriers. The first one is teleport. The second one is talking to the rabbit and leaf.
Yeah.
I only skipped the leaf rabbit one. This
Yeah.
particular flag set for the randomizer actually does not let you skip teleport.
Okay. But yeah, there's some invisible walls that push you away if you haven't met the requirements yet. But there's a sliver of pixels you can get on to clip around it.
Yeah, I should clarify. It doesn't let me skip that trigger. It is entirely possible for me to never find teleport or for it to be buried really, really deep. But if I get flight, I can either fly in the back of Saber North, or because of the way the Brynmere field area is programmed, if I fly over the river instead of going over the bridge. For some reason, none of the stuff on that side. Ooh, that's a nice find early.
That's a really nice item we didn't get in the vanilla run too. Where it makes it so that just when you stab, you do the level 1 charge shot for free.
Yeah. So this is
It's really, really nice for combat and for boss fights.
yeah. Tornell, this is too nice. What is this gonna do to me later? It's gonna be doing me later.
I wouldn't mind a quick seed at this point. Too.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
We'll see what happens though.
Yeah.
It's a rando.
Yep. Oh, that's another thing that the randomizer added is regular walls can also take thunder to break. In the vanilla game, those will only ever be either wind or fire, and water is specifically to build ice bridges, and thunder is to break the face walls, which are they're just another kind of wall.
Yeah,
But
the way you're able to tell in the randomizer is just what color the wall is. Yeah.
So it adds a little bit more flexibility to the unlock system. Oh yeah, polar bears. So there's a 5% chance that any given enemy has a joke name, and for these guys, it's polar bear. They are not worth fighting. If you're noticing, I'm only doing 1 damage to them. For some reason, they have really high defense stat. They're almost never worth killing.
Yeah, since it's been a bit, do you think it'd be a good time for our host at this point?
I'm about to fight Kelbes,
maybe after
so
After him.
well, actually, honestly, I have the warrior ring, so it'll probably be pretty easy. So yeah, go ahead and do some reading. I think, or whatever else you have cooking up over there. Cece?
Oh, hi.
Hi.
I was distracted because there's no training montage, and I'm really looking forward to the training montage.
Hopefully, you will not see one. To be honest with you.
We have $25 from Jim Klein that says, "Good luck,
Hey,
buddy.
Jim.
Pretend I made a good pun about Crystalis. It would have been excellent, I promise." $25 from John. "Greetings from the Gratz Guild. Excited to see UraniumAnchor get completely randomized by Crystalis. Can't believe the game was nice enough to give you a sword this early." And then we have $500 from Zathian.
Ooh, very nice, very nice.
Love from the audience. I love this opportunity to support mental health in a special way each year. Putting this toward watching the best Puff Puff during DQ11.
Awesome.
Thanks, Athian.
All right, remember what I told you to say? Oop. 3, 2, 1. Who
Rolled
rolled this?
seed?
Okay. Wow. I don't know what that lets me do, if anything, because we haven't seen any wind walls yet.
You know what? I bet that the key to prison is somewhere that you haven't checked yet.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, I think it's only Saber West, right? Or I haven't been to Amazon.
That's
yet,
right.
actually.
Yeah. Yeah. Probably one of those. I bet you'll find key to prison.
Yeah. Yeah. It's either that or Saber West. Okay. Well, let's see. Fruits of Power are pretty worthless, so I don't want throwing those away. Yeah.
So with all 4 swords, I mean, yeah, he's got a lot of stuff open at this point, but there's still a lot of key items
You have
that
teleport,
he
though.
needs. Yeah, and a lot of spells. Too.
I'm not used to having teleport this early. The seed is not usually this nice. God, thank you. Yeah, I'm not used to the seeds being this
It's so
generous,
nice. Yeah.
which makes me nervous that it's going to do something horrible later. Because we still can't get to go unless I find.
You're able to do like Carissa Plant Cave or Fog Lamp Cave?
Not yet, because I can't get to Porto. I don't have the key to the prison.
That's what I was saying. It's probably going to be.
Yeah.
We're going to be a key to prison somewhere here.
Yeah.
So that was the statue glitch, I think it's normally called.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay, well
there's-
that's useless because I already have Psycho Armor. Okay, this is probably a little faster. Okay, so I think at this point, I think it has to be Saber West unless I'm forgetting something, right?
Unless you're able to use change anywhere else.
No, I can't. If I could get to Swan or Goa, then I could get to one or the other, but I can't get to either one right now because I don't have the Shell Fluid. I can't get to Portoa. I can get to Sahara, but I would need flight to be able to get to Goa from Sahara.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, I think it means. Unfortunately, I think that means it's got to be on something. Has got to be on Saber West here.
Like the tornado bracelet?
You don't have any way.
I don't have any way of getting up
Yeah.
this ramp, unfortunately. Unfortunately, okay, this is kind of mean because it could mean that I might need to double dip this place because I will not unless I find the rabbit boots in one of these chests.
Or the flight spell.
Or triple dip it.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, hey, look at that! It's a wind wall.
So even
Even if I had come here
If you
earlier, I
had come
wouldn't have been
here
able to
earlier.
do anything until I killed Kelbess.
yeah. So it was a forced double dip on.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's not progress, but that's nice to find. I just found the bow of moon, so that's another
that's-
item off the tracker.
Yep.
Yeah, it's one because again, we need in order beating the game is kind of the same in the end. We need to go to the Royal Crypt, which leads to the tower. In order to get into the crypt, we need the bows of Sun and Moon. Yeah. Then we need the bow of Truth in order to beat Emperor Dragon.
Yeah. So, as a general rule, I don't really know what other people in the rando community like to do in terms. Oh, wow.
Oh,
Hey,
Okay.
Okay.
go fast.
Speed boots.
No,
Yeah,
Gotta
this
go
is
fast.
an item that isn't actually in the vanilla game. There's an item called the leather boots that isn't particularly great because it just protects you against stuff that you can jump over with the rabbit boots. But they buffed it
Yeah.
a bit in the randomizer by making you go faster. If
You know what I just realized? I can get to the tornado bracelet chest.
That's right. Yeah. and
Because I can run up the ramp fast enough that I can run up, but before velocity catches up with me. But I'm still going to check next to Tornell before I do that.
But you know, the other thing you should be realizing is using the speed boots means that you're not going to be able to use your very nice warrior ring.
Yeah, that is
Everything.
unfortunate. But as I was saying right before I picked it up, the scaling I like to keep is okay. So I think it's faster to port back out to Brynmere and run up. I like to keep my danger level at about 3 times my experience level, at least in the early game. Later on, it kind of stops mattering. I generally want to be at about 11 or 12 by the time I get to the final area. The tower always has maximum scaling in this particular flag set. That is an option you can turn off, but I think most people
the
play
max
with that
danger
on.
level
yeah.
is what, 51?
51.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I guess I don't know if it's 50 or 51 in the tower specifically, because the Crystalis sword counts as
Oh yeah.
it counts as scaling, but you're obviously you're not going to have Crystalis for the tower.
Yeah, and again, what difficulty level does is it affects the stats for enemies, and it goes up every time he gets a key item.
Whoops, that's probably fine. Because I don't think I have the Orb of Thunder yet, so there's no way that this could be what Tornell wants. It might be one of the things Tornell wants, but okay,
Oh.
Shell Flute. Okay.
Oh.
Oh, right, yeah. Wow.
Do you want to end to get rid of the poison? Or?
Yeah, the problem is, okay, so here's the problem. Now I have to port back to Zombie Island and run back out the cave
That's
to get to the
awesome.
ocean. Tornell, I love you. This is pretty twisted so far, in the best way. Yeah, this is a rare enough interaction that it took me a second to realize what that meant.
Yeah. This is a unique one.
Yeah, all right. But this does mean that I can get to basically everywhere except the final area because I don't have flight.
Okay.
But that's both a blessing and a curse because it means that the final things could be hiding just about anywhere at this point. So my priority is going to be looking in places where there's already another critical check. So at this point, I already have 4 swords. I've got good defenses. I will probably head for Goa and try and clear that out. Because I know for a fact that I'll be able to get through the whole thing because I have all 4 swords. Because it's entirely possible that you'll get brick-walled in Goa if you don't have the sword that you need to either break a wall or kill a boss. But that's not a worry because I already have 4 of the swords. I'm going to go ahead and get these teleportation points in case they end up mattering later because it doesn't take me very long. I do need to remember I might need to check Rage at some point because but I'm not going to do that yet.
Okay.
Actually, wait, I can't get to Swan. I don't have rabbit boots.
No.
So, okay, actually, so I'm not going to Goa yet. All right. If I had rabbit boots, I could skip over the whirlpool and get to Goa, or get to Swan and then get to Goa, but I can't actually do that yet because I don't have the rabbit boots. And I keep talking to this guard when I'm not trying to.
Who's apparently sleeping?
Yeah. Okay, Carissa.
Okay.
I'm gonna
We
check.
can turn that in.
Potentially, I don't know who wants it.
Oh,
Okay, it's
right.
not the queen. So here's a fun fact about the event triggers. If you have one of the 5 turn-in items and you try and use it and you don't get an error message, Is
It
it
is
for
this
him?
one, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
All right.
So he only appears if you have his item.
Yeah, that's something
So-
they changed for the rando. It's
Yeah.
like as soon as there's an option for a vanilla dolphin interactions. If those are not on, then he will show up as soon as you have whatever it is he wants. And when that happens, you will get an item out of the Orb of Thunder. Could end up mattering. I really hope it doesn't because I don't want to climb up Saber West again. But you never know, because that would mean a triple tip.
Yeah. There is an item behind it.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Yeah, it's entirely possible that I'll end up having to go back to Tornell at some point. And I at this point, I kind of think that as soon as I find the Storm Bracelet, I'm going to go ahead and do that because that feels like exactly the sort of twisted nonsense that I'm going to have.
I mean, Tornell's going to for sure make you get a seed where you have to see him.
That's a really good point, and I don't know why I didn't consider that. I'm going to have to visit Tornell as much as possible in this seed. Okay, so Rage wants a random sword, but the fact that I have all four of the swords means I know that coming here was a good idea. Oops, wrong one. And then talking to the answering machine here does open up a couple of triggers in Portoa. I'm going to go ahead and do those right now.
It is a trigger in the randomizer,
I have a
so.
medical herb, I do. Okay. Oh, I get to do the fun interaction.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
yes.
Yeah. Okay. So once I've talked to the answering machine, then the queen will be in the back room here, and she will give me something. She will also give me a hint about what's hiding behind the whirlpool, which could end up mattering. But I don't have the statue of gold yet, so let's see. Okay. Medical herb, orb of wind. Okay, that's probably not important.
No.
It'd be nice to have, but okay. So here's the fun interaction. You're supposed to cure the dolphin with a medical herb, but if you find the shell flute first, you can heal him while riding him. And I don't even know the explanation.
I mean, it's
And he
rando
spat
logic.
back another consumable at me, so that was a total waste of time. But I'm glad I got to share that interaction. All right, so at this point, I think it has to be something in one of the Portoa caves because I don't
Yeah.
think I could get anywhere else right now. So I'm going to do the Carissa Plant Cave first because it's fast. And also I don't have Recover. Fog Lamp Cave is kind of long and it can get kind of trolly.
But getting the speed boots early is, in general, a speed boost. That's gonna
Absolutely, yeah, that's actually going to... Oops, I forgot to unequip the shell flute. What's this other? Okay, yeah, I was trying to remember what else I had. I don't have the eyeglasses yet, right? Yeah, so I can't. There's a check behind in the lighthouse that's hiding behind both the alarm flute and the eyeglasses. And I have the alarm flute, but not the eyeglasses. So if I ever find those, then I'll need to remember to go back to Joel because that's a pretty quick check as well. There's 2 checks in this cave, and it's a pretty short cave, so that's why I'm doing it first. And then probably after this, I'll do the waterfall cave. Whoops. Oh, okay. All right. I was afraid I was going to get item there. It's not a true soft lock.
I believe
but it's
also
really
the game
annoying.
telling you what's in a chest if your inventory is
Oh,
full
yeah.
is a quality of life feature in the
That's right, yeah.
randomizer too.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, that
Yeah.
never come. I guess that never comes up in speedruns. I never thought about that. All right, so yeah, even if this is a waste of time, like I said, this is a pretty quick set of checks, so not a big deal. But at this point, it pretty much has to be in one of these places. Okay, Ivory statue. Who wanted that? I think Akahana wanted that.
Oh, yeah.
That sounds right. Yeah, I know it was some kind of statue.
Mr. Green Akahana. Okay, Ivory statue. And he gave me medical herb. Okay, so that was a waste of time,
Thank you.
unfortunately. Okay, oops. Oh, I need to hit the inn. Okay, so I'm going to do the waterfall cave next, mostly because that's just a little bit less annoying and slightly short. You know what? Actually, I'm going to do the fog lamp cave first because I don't have the flute of lime, so there's a check in there that I can't do yet. But I know I can clear the fog lamp cave, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to get a checkpoint in case something goes horribly wrong. I mean, at this point, probably not, considering my offensive capabilities, but...
It's fast. And
Yeah.
Yeah, so just in case I want to hit soft reset for some reason, that way it'll put me right back out here instead of me having to walk all the way across the field again. But we'll see.
Yeah.
I just realized I haven't died yet, so we haven't seen the amazingly cute death sprite now.
Yeah, thanks to the early cycle.
Hi, Mimi.
armor.
Yeah, at this point I probably won't die, but by saying that I've cursed everything, so who knows? Because I haven't found refresh and I haven't found recover, so it's entirely possible that something could go horribly wrong. But one of the reasons why I don't really like doing the fog lamp cave early generally is that 3 of the checks are right in the front here, but then the 4th one is like twice again as deep as the
As
3rd
in
one.
where the fog lamp is.
Yeah, so- Wow.
All mimics.
Oops,
So
all
there
mimics.
are 13
right.
there are 13 mimics in the game, and they are in the randomizer. They are shuffled into random positions, so they can be anywhere.
Well, unless you're playing in mimic mode, where
Yeah.
every chest is a mimic,
Yep.
you have to actually beat the mimic, and then the mimic drops the real chest.
Yep. Yeah, assuming it wasn't a real mimic.
That's
If it's a
right,
real
yeah.
mimic, it just drops money. But if it's a fake mimic, then it drops the thing that was there, which means that you basically have to get a sword from an NPC or something like that because you can't kill any of the chests at the start.
UA is doing a little optimization that X-Man did a couple times in the vanilla run too, where whenever you break a wall with your sword, the camera is locked in place while the explosion is happening. So since you can't scroll the camera, if you need another charge soon, you can do it. I mean,
Yeah.
'cause you need to stand still to charge.
Yeah, I totally forgot to mention, one of the many flags you can toggle on the randomizer is whether or not you need level 2 sword. Okay, well, I got poisoned, but I'm at the edge of the cave anyway, so it doesn't matter. It's another mimic! Cornell, I hate you! I've gone back to hating you. All right, well, Waterfall Cave it is then. I'm not forgetting something, right? I can't get the Swan, right? I can't get to Goa. Yeah, the Sword of Thunder sent me to the zombie town, and I don't have rabbit boots, and I don't have flight. So I can't get to Swan or Goa, right?
That's right.
Okay, I mean, I guess it has to be here.
And you can't do anything with the broken statue. yet.
Not yet, I don't
Right,
have the
yeah.
glowing
Glowing
lamp.
lamp.
So the glowing lamp,
Iron,
Iron necklace. So that's one of the joke names. I will probably
butterfly.
not equip that. It's actually useful on Mado 2 in specific if you don't have any offensive upgrades, but since I have the warrior ring, I'll probably end up using that if I don't find the power ring. Actually, I might end up using the warrior ring anyway, depending on
This
whether
is
or
why
not-
this glitch is called the statues.
Yes,
Statue glitch is that's the biggest way to save time with it in the vanilla game.
Yeah, normally you need to do that whole sequence where you like talk to the queen, you sneak into your back room, you talk to the fortune teller, then you talk to the queen again, and then she gives you the flute of lime, and then you can cure those statues and get in here. But yeah, you just don't do that. Okay, yeah. So the iron necklace is actually not a terrible choice if you don't have any offensive upgrades.
Oh,
Hey,
Now
there
I
we
can
go.
do now I
Alright.
can do
Okay.
what they call it ghetto flight, where you can
Yeah.
there's a frame perfect press I can do in the ocean
You're
area.
not crossing the river, or can't?
I don't have flight.
Oh, I thought you could with the Sword of Water.
No, because it has to be with the dolphin. Remember?
oh, okay.
Oh, there's no bridge there. If that's what you
Okay.
were thinking.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You have to go all the way around.
Yeah, this isn't the issue with coming here, and the reason I did it last is because there's one check that I can't do unless I have the flute of lime, which I don't have.
Yeah.
Um,
Is that why you check the right side first?
yes,
Okay.
yeah,
Because the
because
flute of lime.
yeah,
on
if the
the
flute
right
of lime
side.
was on the right, then I could do this last check here. I'll go ahead and go say hi to him anyway, just in case.
Oh, sure.
Okay, paralysis.
That's potentially usable when you get to Swan.
Yeah. So hi, Rakahana. Yeah. Unfortunately, we can't do anything with him right now because I don't have the flute of lime. He will give you an item. Potentially he could end up mattering later. I'm really hoping he doesn't, and I've said that a couple of times now, but who knows?
All right, so
I'm gonna do it, but I like to do it for this other spot just because it's a little easier.
Okay.
It's
So we can start explaining the glitch he's about to do too, 'cause
Yeah.
it's a little involved. So
I've been doing a lot
So
of
yeah,
talking, so go ahead.
yeah, so there's a glitch involving the rabbit boots and the dolphin, which kind of exploits the way that the rabbit boots are programmed, because the rabbit boots and the flight spell are the same, but if you use the rabbit boots, you're just getting one frame of flight, so you just go up and go back down. But if you jump kind of the same frame that you're dismounting the dolphin, you're able to jump over the water. And then because you can't land on the water, but you can fly over it, then the game won't shut down your flight. So you'll be flying even though you don't actually have the flight spell. And then like in a non-glitchless vanilla run, this is how you skip Evil Spirit Island, because you're able to fly over the whirlpools that normally block your path.
Well, usually I get it faster than this, but it is frame perfect.
It can be pretty tricky.
Yeah, I mean, not all frame perfect tricks are created equal, because like this one, you get infinite tries at it. It's just
Yeah, this is pretty terrible. But at this point, I don't really think I have any other options. I don't know why I'm having so much trouble with this.
Yeah. different latency
Yeah,
than you're used to or something.
Go ahead and read a couple things, I guess.
At least we get some thumping music.
Yeah.
There's lore with this dolphin with this infinite flag. I'm
Now you
betting
can get
that
the
there's
dolphin
lore
lore.
with this dolphin. We have $5 from Return of MCH. Thank you so much, Return of MCH. And then I refreshed the incentives and bids, and I noticed that my noodle helmet is tied with Mikote for Noxus's costume choice in Final Fantasy 15. Noodle helmet. And then we have internal fighting here in the pit back here based on Noctis. We have Fight the Black Dragon and at 260 out of 1100. You can name the hero in Dragon Quest. Larpus is currently in the lead, as it should be. Maybe if we switch the dolphin with Larpus, we'd have better luck with this flight.
This is easily the longest this has ever taken me. I'm not sure what's going on here. Do you want to try?
Okay, let's see. I like to go this way.
It's never cut.
Is it possible to fix this in flags or something? Like, is it possible the
I mean,
flags
yes,
might be
but
shutting it down?
no. Well, I mean, yes, but I'm pretty sure that flag wasn't set. I guess I didn't double check.
Oh, yeah, maybe you should make sure.
Hey!
There we go.
All
And
right.
the dolphin disappeared.
I am sorry. That should have taken like 10 seconds,
Yeah.
and I don't know why
Yeah.
we both struggled with it
Yeah.
that hard.
Yeah,
That
I mean,
is- that was
maybe,
something else.
yeah, then maybe it could have been me next and then Task by.
Yeah, that was. I'm really sorry about that.
Yeah.
That took way longer than it should have.
TaskBot always gets out on the first try.
Yeah.
I don't have any event turn-ins, do I? No, I do not.
You've got change. and
Yeah,
paralysis.
so I can't do Kensu Swan, but I can go ahead and get to Goa. And I look like one of the archers now. And
You could get the info on what
unlike Axeman, I'm going to relieve them of duty before I wander off.
Oh man.
Yeah. All right.
I think normally you have to change into a soldier to get into this, or is it just that it's blocked
It's just
until after
blocked,
you
yeah.
until after you've finished Go? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But you can use the statue glitch. in order
It
to
gets
get
unblocked when the Chiron, or no, after you go to Chiron.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, having the Chiron teleport is when those guards get out of the way, and I didn't need to do that, but I kind of wanted to hit the inn. You know, it's actually a little cursed that I got the speed boots as early as I did right after getting the warrior ring, because it means I have to actually stop and charge instead of being able to run around to get rid of bridges and walls and such. But it's one of those things that I'm willing to give up.
Yeah, like using the statue glitch in order to skip having to change into Stom.
Yeah, I think it might actually. It's probably about the same, but hi Green Akahana. Just need to lay off the sauce, my friend. All right, so I'm coming here because now that I've come here, I can go. Okay, I just realized I don't actually know how much this is gonna hurt.
So Zebu normally gives you an item, but it was a consumable and your inventory was full.
Yeah, I don't know how much this is gonna hurt. That's pretty high up there.
Did the rabbit boots help?
No.
No.
Flight would, but yeah. Unfortunately, I'm just gonna burn an opal because at this point, okay. So I'm not gonna worry about that yet. So that triggered the Chiron attack, but I can get in here, so I'm just gonna do it now. Especially since I know I can clear this place.
You know you can, because the first floor is Mado.
Well, yeah. Oh, there's the key to
Oh.
prison. I don't know if that's gonna end up mattering or not, because there is one item behind that door.
Okay.
So maybe that'll end up mattering later, but.
Okay.
Until I have a reason to go back there. At this point, it's going to be kind of a last check situation.
Okay.
Okay,
Well,
finding
if
barriers.
we need to
Nice.
come back,
Yeah.
it'll be
Yeah.
a lot easier.
Yep,
Yeah.
finding
Yeah.
barriers. So one of the flags that I have turned on this flag set is that barrier is not guaranteed before I have to run through those statues.
Oh.
And then it gave me barrier right after running through the statues. So it's not as mean as it could have been.
Just a way to introduce some more challenge.
Yeah, it's entirely. I have had to finish seeds without barrier at all.
yeah.
That is one thing, low-key, I just really like about a lot of these randomizers is just how many options you have to kind of customize your experience to be what you're looking for for challenge and stuff.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have any bracelets, so I can't actually do anything with these shadow creatures.
You do have one.
Oh, you're right. I do have a flame bracelet. That's right. Yeah.
And
Oh.
yeah.
I don't know if this ever happened in the vanilla game. I think this is something
It
that's
does in the final area, but then you have flight, so there's no reason to use the platforms.
God, why?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that's stupid statue. Hi, Mimi. All right, so
Oh, and then the order that you fight the generals and go is randomized.
yeah,
right?
that's another option that basically everybody turns
Yeah.
on.
Mm-hmm.
So we went in the front. And
Did I already
normally,
check the one down here? Yeah, I did.
yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That was the first one I checked.
so normally the first area is Kelbesk's area with
Yeah.
that maze, and then instead we got the spike pit with Mado. So
Yeah. Let's see. Yes. Speed
So-
boots. Actually, well, it depends on what enemies I have in here, because this is the Hellway, and
Okay.
depending on what enemies are in here, I may want to equip the Warrior Ring right about now.
okay.
Let's see. Let's see.
So
I don't
if
see
you find
anything
more
yet.
consumables, you might want to throw away the warp boots to make room in your inventory.
You're not okay. This is definitely a Warrior Ring situation. Yeah, I'm gonna throw away these warp boots because they are essentially totally useless for me now. I don't have any healing. That's not the worst. Yeah, these butterflies. I don't have paralysis defense, so okay.
Well, now you have
Well,
healing.
I have regular healing. I just still don't have status effect healing. Okay, that wouldn't have
that
been.
paralyzes you if it hits
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, that wouldn't have been a disaster because I can clear it once I step into Mado's area. But the thing is, if I kill one while I'm on here and the dust hits me, it will knock me off. Hopefully that doesn't happen, which now that I've said it, it'll absolutely happen.
Yeah, these shadow enemies are big trolls too, just because you can't hurt them unless you use some kind of level 3 sword charge attack.
Which you could do to get out of the way, but
Yeah.
you got it.
Okay, good. If he could have shot down there, and I don't know if I would have been able to dodge it.
Yeah,
but-
because when I ran the vanilla game, I remember sometimes using fire sword level 3 for safety on
yeah, for sure.
this area.
You've got barriers, so you can block it with your barrier too.
That's true. I could do that. I might as well go ahead and equip that because I definitely don't need teleport at a moment's notice. But having barrier at a moment's notice would be nice. All right. Okay, so I'm going to. Well, let's see. Hopefully he's just weak to.
This
whatever
fight
it-
can be pretty brutal sometimes, depending on how the seeds.
Yeah,
went.
I have the psycho armor, so I'm not super concerned. But unfortunately, he's weak to. Okay. Yeah, he's only taking 4 damage a hit here, so this might take a bit. It probably won't be too bad, but now that I said that, he's running into me. Oh, he's only taking 3 a hit. Oop. Okay. Well, I have refresh. I may as well avoid. Actually, wait, no. If I die, they get to see the cute sprite.
Oh,
So maybe it won't be a disaster if I die. But this can be a pretty big brick wall if you end up having to do this fight without a whole lot of offensive options. But since I have the Warrior Ring, it actually is probably not going to be too terrible. I might still die here. Like, of all the places to die, this is one of them. Like,
Yeah, just because it should be obvious why this is difficult. I mean,
Gonna go
he
ahead.
moves fast and very randomly.
yeah, he's still only at 83 health. I have had to do this fight with no armor and no Warrior Ring and level 1 shots, and it can be pretty miserable. So on the difficulty scale of how bad this fight can be, this is about a 4 out of 10 right now. There was one time when I got here and I had like no offensive items and I had no healing left, because I was at like, I think I could take 2 hits. Thank you. And I got stubborn. I could have left and come back with okay.
oh, that's yeah.
All right, that is a plot critical item. That was the Bow of Truth for the item tracker.
Just like in the vanilla game too, after you defeat one of the generals, you rescue a wise person that that heals you in full.
Yep. What was I saying before I picked up the Bow of Truth? I got stubborn and I could have gone and either brought back more healing items or gone and found an offensive upgrade, but I decided, you know what, I'm just going to try. And it took me half an hour. Don't do that. Don't do that. Just come back if you can. Okay, I don't remember who wanted the fog lamp. I don't
know if anybody we met yet does.
Okay, it's not. Okay, that's got to be Kensu and Swan because I think we've turned in everything else. So that's a quick check for later once I've cleared this place out. But I'm not about to leave the fortress just to find out whatever it is he's got.
Oh no!
All right, well there you go. I cannot believe I died to that.
Did you checkpoint after beating Mado?
No, no.
Oh,
Guess what we get to do again?
about that.
God damn it! Of all the places to die.
We did get to see your death sprite though.
I mean, this isn't as bad as it could have been, because like I said, this is about a 4 out of 10 on the difficulty
Yeah, he's already
scale.
like.
And I do have
That's-
magic rings,
yeah.
I do have refresh. This isn't like terrible. That was just incredibly stupid. Especially to die to those enemies of all things. But yeah, as you can see, like hiding down here in the hallway is pretty safe, but it's definitely not a guarantee.
So as you do more damage to Mato, he starts moving faster, but he also stops more often and does his shots, which gives you a chance to get in there and do some damage since he's not like rolling around.
Yeah, and thankfully,
It should be
like,
obvious too just how much the warrior ring helps with this fight too.
Yeah, and as you can see, this fight gets really laggy, which is actually a big help.
Yeah, more reaction time. All right,
Sure.
checkpoint now, please.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, so again, you get a checkpoint whenever you enter an area where you can save the game, and then this Mato's
Yeah.
boss arena counts as a save point.
Yeah, this room in particular. This room does not count.
No.
And now I got to go pick up that fog lamp again, just in case it ends up being important. Yeah, because we don't know what Kensu and Swan wants, or sorry, what he can. He doesn't give a hint about what he will give you. He only gives you a hint about what he wants, and so he could end up mattering. But it's a pretty fast check once I have the thing, so I'll get it after I'm done here.
We also haven't seen what Kensu in the fortress wants.
That's true. It could be that too. I swear to God, if I die again. All right. If I didn't have the speed boots, I'd be using the warrior ring here to make this a bit safer. But oh, and also the rhythm for that particular motion with the speed boots gets a lot harder.
Yeah, because you're moving faster.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you keep mashing to swing your sword fast, there's like 5 or 6 frames in between each swing
He just
where.
gets
Zero. I hope you're watching.
Oh.
We might have a sticks trip in a minute here. But yeah. So I this is a rando, and there are chests that you just never see in a speed run because they're consumables, but they might end up mattering because it's a rando. So we'll see. Okay, that's a mimic. Hi, Mimi. I don't particularly need money at this point either, so might as well let Mimi live.
This maze is, in the vanilla game, you sort of just go right through, but it can be so big.
Yeah. When I was learning the rando, this was one of the places where I consulted a map pretty frequently because I couldn't remember exactly how to get to that last chest that ended up being a mimic in this case.
time for Sibera now.
Yeah, it shouldn't be too bad since I have the warrior ring, but depending on which thing she's weak to, this could still end up taking. Okay. You know what?
2 damage a time.
This is I'm not close enough to a level where it's worth like.
Yeah, unfortunately, this isn't the best place to grind.
If you have anything to read, now is the time.
$15 from Keanu. We need the heroes of DQ11 to be Larpus and their twin sibling Lapras. We must find out who is superior. And with that donation, name the hero for Dragon Quest XI coming up. $46 for Larpus, $15 for Lapras. Fight the Black Dragon is still at $260 out of $1,100. My Noodle Helmet is still tied with Mikote at $55 for the Noctis costume choice. And I just want to give a big shout out to LLK, a longtime contributor to GDQ Marathons and the designer of our promo banners, attendee badges, emotes, and apparently sprites in game.
Yep.
Check out her work at jazzaboo.com. That's JAZAABOO.com.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's entirely possible that the other wind upgrades are hidden behind her. It's entirely possible this is about as fast as it's gonna gone. But realistically speaking, I didn't like as soon as I could get here, there was no reason for me to go anywhere else. So this was kind of inevitable.
Yeah, and you had to kind of make a fast decision too, and if you wanted to just slog through this fight or do some grinding.
Yeah, because unfortunately she's deep enough in where leaving and coming back could potentially be a huge waste of time. And in fact, potentially even make it worse, because if it scales up, it's only going to get harder. Okay. But yeah, that was sort of one of the things.
I think we need a checkpoint, too.
Yeah, don't
thank
put the checkpoint this time.
Yes. don't want to do that again. Okay. So that was sort of one of the things I told Tornell to avoid, in the sense that as long as I had at least one offensive upgrade, it was okay for that to happen, and I had the warrior ring. I've had to do that fight with no offensive upgrades, and it can take 10 minutes.
The mummies.
And they're Tornell huggers.
Tornell huggers.
So one of the many things that happens in the rando community is if something horrible happens to you, there's a good chance something's gonna get named after you.
Like the X chest. Or
The axe chest, yes. There's Tornell hugger. But yeah, I don't remember exactly what happened with the Tornell huggers that caused that to be a thing, but yeah, it was.
I think Tornell got hugged by some mummies.
Yeah,
we're in Carmine's part of the fortress now.
Yeah, we call this Carmine's item shop because there's 5 chests here that are basically free. Sometimes it doesn't give you anything, but there's a good chance it gives you at least something interesting. Okay, so that's another turn-in item. I found the eyeglasses, which means going to the lighthouse later is potentially a thing.
We probably have Swan Kensu's
Statue of Gold, which, I mean, if I decide I want the tornado bracelet, I guess, then that's worth it, but I probably don't super need that since I have the flame bracelet.
Okay, I know we needed that.
Potentially, yeah, that's what Tornell wants, so,
So what do we need at this point? We really just need
flight. I think is it.
We need flight.
And one of the other
bows. One more bow, yeah.
One of the bows.
Sun.
Yeah. Oh, here I'm already on barrier.
Yeah, this place is pretty rude if you don't have barrier or flight too, as far as those shooting statues.
Yeah. So there's a trick where if you have flight, you can go around the side and kind of you get to go around the shots and kind of just sneak through.
Yeah, so this is what Carmine's pattern normally looks like, because he's not dying immediately. He's still not that hard, but
yeah,
he's
way easier than Mado too.
Yeah. And I don't think this is true in the vanilla game, but barrier blocks the slime beam in the randomizer. Oh, well, there's the last bow.
It does. But there is those frames where it might get through. Yeah, I think.
Oh, here's a fun thing. So my event item row is completely full up. This is something they added for the randomizer. If you throw away a random item, it will shuffle one in. And I'm looking for the glowing lamp that I just picked up. God, how many items do I have? And it was
which is a
goddamn consumable.
It's a consumable item, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So there's still Kelbesk's area, and there's one chest hiding behind that area that could potentially end up mattering. Good chance it won't, but if it does, and you can't get it, you're gonna really hate yourself. Okay, so love pendant.
Hey!
Vanilla flight. Is this even randomized?
Is this even randomized?
Okay. Wow, actually, I think I'm in go mode.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I think I just have to see.
You gotta beat the rest of the bosses.
Yeah, but I think Kelbesk and the Pyramid are the only ones left, I think, at this point.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, because
Mado 1.
I don't think I've seen.
You entered the fortress.
You're right. You're right. Okay, thank you. I would have forgotten that. So I think I mentioned this before, but one of the many options is story mode, which requires that even if you can get to the final, the penultimate boss, you have to have all 4 swords and you have to have killed all of the main bosses. And if you don't, he won't show up. So in this case, I can actually get there now, but since I haven't killed all the bosses yet, it wouldn't do me any good. So let's see, what are you weak to? Oh, of course. Every single one of these bosses has been weak to my weakest sword. But thankfully, my setup is making this relatively straightforward.
This is something I do enjoy from watching playthroughs of this too, is these bosses actually getting to do more stuff than just explode.
Yeah.
Along with different strategies depending on what kinds of offensive capabilities you have.
Yeah. Fortunately for them, barrier kind of breaks this guy in particular. So it took a decent amount of time, but it wasn't terrible.
So you can't take the back way. If you go back through here, you'll be in the Oasis Cave, and that would take you.
Oh, well, I don't need. I'm gonna check this just in case it's the power ring, honestly. But
Oh yeah.
Otherwise, you're just going to go kill bosses. And then
yeah,
Oh, that's
yeah,
right. But you have Sahara as a warp point.
yeah.
Can I get in here real quick?
Absolutely.
With a $200 donation from Wells that just reads 10K, we have passed $10,000 for RPG Limit Break 2025.
Oops.
Yeah. There's a special milestone coming up when we get to around 19,000, I want to say, too, like we talked about in the pre-show.
Yeah. So I meant to go to Shire on there, but I accidentally ported to go and wasted like 5 seconds. Okay, so I'm gonna kill Mato again.
But you did not kill Stom.
I did not. No, he's sleeping. He's fine. What? Did I miss my wind shot? I swear I hit him with wind and it didn't do anything.
Or it like tinked off the wall or something.
Oh my god. Yeah, it's every boss is just weak to a sword that I have no upgrades for. Thankfully, he's much easier in this incarnation, but he's still kind of dangerous. I'm gonna go ahead and equip barriers so I can block the shots more easily.
Yeah, because again, unlike in the vanilla game, the
Okay, barrier is not absolute, as you can see.
the main way his attacks get stronger is through finding the orbs and bracelets.
And I have the flame bracelet and the storm bracelet, but I don't even have the ball of water or the ball of wind, so they're doing minimal damage. So I'm avoiding using them as much as possible, and unfortunately, it feels like every boss has been weak to one of those two. So this is gonna take a bit. But yeah, so then once I kill Mato, I think since I have a bracelet and if I have a flame bracelet and the warrior ring, I think I'm not going to go hunting for the power ring. I don't think I'm even going to go do those turn-ins that I could have potentially done. Because it's not going to make that much of a difference. Oh, and the nice part is since I have the flame bracelet, I don't really have a reason to use the storm bracelet ever, so we don't have to worry about a flashing lights warning.
Yeah, because very much unlike in the vanilla game, the final boss can actually not just die in seconds, too. Yeah.
I don't think I killed him without taking a hit, didn't I?
Yeah.
Why couldn't I have done that the first time around? Okay, so here's the thing that can trip you up. If you don't pick up the chest, it doesn't count. If I left, I'd have to come back and kill him again. But I was full, so I had to throw something away.
Yeah, because I believe every boss in this game drops a chest when you beat them.
I'm gonna take one exception to quick turn-ins. Once you kill Mato, you can go talk to Akahana's friend. We call him Brokahana. I'm gonna see if he gives me something interesting. So I'm pretending to be a dead guy, and he gave me nothing. So whatever.
Well, it was a consumable,
Yeah.
and you're.
Didn't have space for.
Yeah, and it wouldn't have ended up mattering anyway. I just realized my money is actually really low. I'm kind of surprised it's as low as it is. I'm close enough to 11 that I'm probably going to do a very, very short. I don't even know.
Montage.
I don't even know if I can really call it a montage because the experience scaling is much nicer in the randomizer unless you explicitly don't do that.
I won't tell CC if you won't.
Well, I mean, I'm already done, so I'm sorry.
What, it's over? No! That wasn't a montage at all!
That's why I said I wasn't sure. Go ahead, though, if you have something to say.
No, I don't want to anymore.
I'm sorry.
25.
Oh, hey, Bird. It's Bird.
Hey!
And it's actually
Bird
Bird.
is back. That's the one I didn't want you to do last run. $25 from Boogie Poppy. Speedrun marathon attendees trying to make you fight a black dragon? I better call Saul. And why is Saul Goodman trying to fight a black dragon? And is it stronger than Larpus? Let's find out. Saul Goodman is gaining on Larpus for Dragon Quest XI hero name.
All right, so don't blink. Hopefully this guy dies pretty quick.
Yeah, watch his HP, by the way,
Yeah.
at the bottom of the screen. It's pretty funny.
Okay, yeah, he took a little bit longer to die than he did for Axeman, but oh, he might kill me.
So
I
luckily-
cannot believe the stuff that has killed me this run.
Yeah. Fortunately, most boss arenas in this game are save points.
Yeah.
Or checkpoints. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean this is just marathon luck, but yeah, I cannot believe the stuff that has killed me this run. Okay.
Hey!
Yeah, there we go.
Anyway, okay, so that was the last critical thing I needed to do. I do need to get that, or it doesn't count. I'm gonna go and talk to Azteca just in case he gives me the power ring. Probably not. Nope, fruit of power. Okay. All right, so I'm officially in go mode. I'm heading for the final area. I have to kill Dragon 2 and get through the tower. Hi, speaking of tower.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and get to level 12 because the scaling is kind of
Yeah.
high. 42 is a little higher than I would really like it to be.
You also don't have the power ring.
Yeah, that's true. So Dragon 2 could end up taking a fair bit of time here. I have so many event items I'm never gonna turn in.
It happens.
Yeah. All right. But hopefully the enemy set in here is conducive to a short snapshot, training snapshot. Okay. Oh, no, go away. I do have the sacred shield, which prevents me from getting slimed. But those guys, their health scaling is ridiculous, and so I would rather avoid. Oops. Yeah. God. All right. Oop.
He has the recover spell.
Yeah, so I found the recover spell in what I like to call the chest of disappointment. I always check it just in case. It pretty frequently doesn't give me anything great. Recover spell is at least somewhat useful, but I swear, like 95% of the time, it's either a mimic or a medical herb. Yeah, hopefully
We gotta hope there's some enemies
beholders. Okay, that's not too bad. Well,
and
I don't-
butterflies.
Yeah, I don't like butterflies, but they're not too bad at this point.
So
I have
the
the-
warrior ring. Yeah.
That and I have the recover spell.
Yeah. You can also fly over the butterflies.
True. Whee! All right, so this can either take 1,000,000 years or it can take 5 seconds. It really depends. I don't have the power ring, so this might end
It's gonna take a while. Yeah.
up being kind of slow.
Nice unintentional manipulation, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you let him hit you right at the start of the fight, that gives you better odds of a good pattern.
Yeah, if he's throwing this popcorn, there's a good chance that he'll. Oh, yeah, there we go. Yeah, I'm not doing a whole lot of damage to him though, unfortunately. I think I'm gonna charge up and see if that helps. Oop. That's a little bit better. But this is gonna take a while because unfortunately I don't have the power ring, and so this is what I don't want to see. I don't want to see him do that attack because he never does anything useful after that one.
Except let us heal
If
through
you
the
take
cycle
off of his
armor,
wings,
yeah.
you'll.
Yeah,
break the
there's
cycle.
a couple different ways you can try to manipulate him. It's not guaranteed by any stretch.
Yeah.
One of the ways is because it reads your position to some extent. Okay. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Okay. Thankfully, I don't know if the wings can ever do any damage to him, but his body absolutely will. So
yeah.
depending on exactly where he decides to end up, it can ping pong you into a corner. Oh, I'm out of magic, but I have 1 billion magic rings, so it's okay. Yeah, so he's given me an all right pattern. The problem is that my offensive capabilities are just not very good right now for his scaling because he has a pretty high defense stat, so which the power ring would allow me to overcome to some extent. But it's this wasn't too bad in terms of how difficult that could have been. It's probably like a 5.
Yeah, the fact that you could use the Firestorm spell
Yeah,
is really
sure.
handy too.
Sure. Yeah.
As far as how many hits per cycle you were getting.
I think the storm attack technically does more damage, but it's slower in the sense that it lags the game a lot. Okay, let me think.
I should point out that Azteca's name was also changed to Steve.
Oh yeah, that's one of the many joke names. Oh, speaking of joke names, so I don't remember if I mentioned this during your run, but I mentioned how Bert It was the name of the sorcerer. Most enemies, they have a 95% chance of being named something relatively tame. Like this is Robot Sentry. It can have a joke name of like C-3PO, and I don't remember what the other ones are off the top of my head, but C-3PO is a big one because he looks like he's gold.
Yeah.
Bert's...
That's Rafflecopter.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Yeah. But Bert's default name is Bert, and Sorcerer is the joke name, which is a lovely...
Oh, Ed 209.
Oh, yeah, there we go. So I love that my particular accidental contribution to the legacy of the randomizer ended up being the one time when the joke name is the real name.
Yeah.
So this unfortunately, since I don't have the powering, this is a little slow, and also since I don't.
It's not that slow though, is the thing. Like it probably wouldn't have been worth doing more checks. To powering.
Yeah, this is, and I have barrier, so this isn't terribly risky, and I have a billion. Okay. Oh, okay. You know what?
But you don't have any opal statues.
I don't, which is why I'm. No lie, the helicopters in the tower are the most dangerous enemy in here. They are second only to butterflies when you don't have a good way of dealing with butterflies. Let's see, back to barrier. One nice thing is that, well, okay. I was about to say, the helicopters disappear when you go to a new floor, and then immediately a new one shows up.
Yeah.
Yeah, one trick is to bait him over and then shoot him down with your warrior ring. But
yeah, they're more annoying when you're trying to charge, which is something I want to be doing a lot of in this because it really speeds up killing these guys. I'm doing this off screen so that they don't get out of the way. Okay. Yep. Barrier's not absolute, especially against these things. If you're standing in a projectile when it spawns, it can go right through.
Yeah, I think you'll be fine if you're standing away from them, but if you're standing right next to them, it can spawn on top of you, and then your barrier is useless.
Yeah.
It's interesting how barrier is programmed in this game too. It doesn't just make you invincible; it actually creates a shield around you that's something that a projectile needs to hit to despawn.
You have some time for donations up the tower?
Let's see, but that wasn't the last floor, right? Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
We have $50 from Silly Dabbit. Awesome to see the vanilla game and the randomizer feature at RPG Limit Break. Good showcases from TheAxeMan and UA. $30 from Fritzkin, Larpus, and their lesser sibling Lapras, the true luminaries. And $25 from Code Gorilla. What a fantastic Crystalis Randomizer run from UraniumAnchor, with some obviously intentional deaths to show off the custom sprite. I'm sure that's what happened, right?
Absolutely. I just want to point out, that was almost a disaster. I almost died on the last floor of the tower.
You can probably guess where you get kicked back to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to push these guys off screen.
Really getting a lot of mileage into that warrior ring in this round.
I didn't have enough magic for, oh God. I didn't have enough magic for another full power fire shot. Now this is going to take forever. But yeah, Code Gorilla is one of the, I don't know if we mentioned this yet, but Code Gorilla is one of the devs for the randomizer. And he, shout outs to everybody in the randomizer community, including Matt Trick, for being incredibly welcoming and incredibly helpful.
And Steve, who was apparently also the overlord of the Empire and also the main creator of the randomizer.
Also, I have a radioactive collar or scarf now because I picked up Crystalis. All right, so we are about done. They did make a couple changes to the final boss here, but there's still a relatively safe spot because I have barrier. So this is going to be time coming up pretty quick here, especially since there's no way I'm going to run out of magic.
So time isn't right when the boss explodes, but when the screen fades to black afterwards.
In theory, you can still die after the boss explodes because he keeps shooting at you.
Yeah. But that's not going to happen because I'm going to continue to hold barrier until every last of these shots is gone.
Yeah.
I have died to that before, and the double KO does not work for you. And time. Okay, 116 is pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a everlasting joke in the rando community that it's always an hour and a half. And it was never more true than last night, my last practice seed, I accidentally ran right past the chest that had the bow of moon in it. And no, I am not telling you which one, because I don't want it named after me.
Yeah.
And I ended up
Do you
hitting...
want to move forward with the text?
Oh, sure. Sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
The
All right,
stats and stuff.
Yeah. There's a stat screen at the end so we can see exactly how long it took me to get various things. But I ended up accidentally hitting max scaling because I checked everywhere and it's like, where's the bow of moon? And I had to look at the spoiler log and was really, really mad at myself. And it was still only an hour and 25 minutes. So it's always an hour and a half.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the estimate I gave was right when I had just first picked this up and I wasn't nearly as good at it. I was tempted to ask them to, the colors are wrong.
Oh, yeah.
It's got the sprite, but the colors are wrong. Technically a bug report, live bug report.
Oh, sure.
But yeah, and I was tempted to tell them to reduce the estimate to an hour 30, but right before I was considering doing that, my next 2 or 3 seeds were all like an hour and 45 minutes. Okay, you know what? It's still entirely possible. This could go horribly wrong. So I didn't end up adjusting it, but I'm very happy with the 115. But again, shout out to the entire randomizer community for being so welcoming and helpful, and watching the tournament videos from years past was incredibly helpful. Just learning things by osmosis, listening to the strategies that people were talking about really helped me get this to a position where I was comfortable with it. And before we forget,
Jeff
Peters! But thanks again to Tornell for doing a seed hunt. That was pretty good. I really liked that. That was a lot of fun. It was good and twisty, but it didn't have anything that really made me want to scream. So.
Yeah, like you had that kind of rough, like Mado too, especially, but you had Warrior Ring.
Yeah, that wasn't nearly as bad as that could have been. So that ended up working out pretty well. And as you can see, I died 3 times, and I did 1 soft reset, although I don't remember where that was. I don't remember where that was now. But anyway, yeah, there were a couple of places I didn't really end up...
you reset to clear a status condition.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right before I was about to go in the windmill cave from the back. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there were a couple places I didn't end up going. I didn't end up going to much of Hydra. In fact, I don't even think I got the free chest in Hydra. I think I just went straight to Chiron.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a lot of considerations about like where you can get and what you can get. There's chests that are free, chests that you might have to come back for later. That you got to keep this all in your head. And there were a few things that I ended up skipping that probably shouldn't have skipped, but ended up not really mattering all that much in the long run. Really, the only thing I was missing was the power ring, and who knows where that was. I can check the spoiler log later, I suppose. But yeah, I didn't do much of Hydra. I didn't go into Styx at all. I'm very sorry, Zero. I did end up going to all 3 of the Portoa caves, though.
Yeah.
And I did end up going to Saber West. I think really Hydra was the only... Yeah. Oh, I didn't go in the Oasis cave either, actually.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Faultland Cave was definitely the highlight.
Oh, yeah. All 4 mimics. I cannot believe that. Yeah, so that was very much a troll. But thanks again to RPG Limit Break for having me back. It's been 10 years since I've been here. 10 years since I've done a speedrun of this game, so I don't know why I'm crying. I'm sorry. But I'll be honest, 2023 was not a great year for me, and this was exactly what I needed to get back into it. So,
yeah. You did good.
Yeah. I think I'm going to call it there before I break out into tears.
Yeah.
Thanks so much, everybody. Have a good evening.
Amazing run, UraniumAnchor. And to cap that off, I have $25 from the Spooniest Bard. Thank you, the Spooniest Bard. Tantrum Merch is excited to partner with RPG Limit Break for the first time to launch an exclusive merch collection supporting the National Alliance on Mental Illness. This lineup includes 7 unique shirt designs, a cozy blanket, a sleek journal, an enamel pin, and more. Plus, for the first time, our very own real-life Mimi plush with an opening lid to store your treasures. From bold graphics to heartfelt designs, $5 from every sale, excluding the Mimi plush, goes directly to charity. Explore the full collection now at tantrummerch.com/RPG Limit Break and help make a difference. We are going to cut directly to an ad right here, but stay tuned. There's more RPG Limit Break coming up right after this. RPG Limit Break 2025. My name has been CC. It has been an absolute pleasure. Up next on hosting duty is the always incredible Bob the Ninja Goldfish. But before we get to him, it is my pleasure to introduce to you our Monday Save Point with Vanivan, Cell, and Ambly.
Hello, RPG Limit Break 2025. My name is Selkuth Mind, or Cell, and with me I have Vanivan, Ambly, and High Spirits, Lapras, or Larpras, depending on your preference. Let us know with your donations.
Yes.
Hello, chat. We see you too.
And I was going to say, let us know in chat. We can see you here. So if you want to give us your thoughts about what is the proper name for our friend here, all the way on the left, be sure to let your opinions be heard. Donation comments would be preferred, but we can do chat.
Tell us in your donations what you want our wonderful plush to be called.
Yes, indeed.
Now, we've passed sort of the first 24 hours of the event. We've hit over $10,000 raised, which is super exciting.
Yes, it is. It's fantastic.
That's so exciting. What has been a highlight of the event so far for you?
You know, well, I mean, the fact that we talked about it in the pre-show, but the fact that we're here in Denver, that we are in a new place and we are kind of establishing what we're doing here has been very exciting. But as far as the runs that we've seen so far, they've been great. I know we're going to talk a little bit more about this at the end of the save point, but I feel like we've gotten off to a great start. There's been a lot of good action here. We just saw UraniumAnchor absolutely demolish his estimate
so good.
on the Crystalis Rando. And yes, it is Crystalis. You know who you are if you're disagreeing with me. But yeah, so to see stuff like that is fantastic. And then also to see his reaction afterwards. Like, that's the kind of thing that makes it is so emblematic of this community, just how much it means to the people in it. And to see that emotion there at the end of the run and everything that he was talking about is, I mean, that is core RPG Limit Break.
Absolutely. And Emily, what would you like to talk about?
You know, I think I'd like to talk about prizes as the prize coordinator.
Would you now?
Really?
Yeah, I do.
Really?
I love prizes.
Yes.
Indeed. Well, it's a good thing that I have a prize right here. We have this wonderful Octopath Traveler Tressa cross stitch made by the fantastic Possum Coffee. I got to see the behind-the-scenes making process of this. So much love and so much detail has gone into this. This is available until the end of this save point, so not a lot of time left on this, but for a $5 minimum donation, you can be entered in to win this
$5, that's it?
I know, $5. Unbelievable.
Wow.
It is so, so beautiful.
It is so detailed. I love it.
Yeah,
So
the handiwork
much.
is evident.
We also have a couple of other Octopath Traveler prizes available right now. We have an Octopath Traveler PC key, also from Possum Coffee, also for a $5 minimum donation, and as well an Octopath Traveler 2 PC key, again, $5 minimum donation, also from Possum Coffee. And those are all going to go away at the end of this save point, so you don't have a lot of time to get your donations in for those prizes. Now, we have some little figurines over here by Vani.
I don't want to touch them. They're very delicate.
They're very delicate.
Also extremely cool.
Yeah, they are adorable.
Now, these are the Tales of
Zestiria.
Zestiria.
This is how I say it. Maybe we can do another like debate of the Crystalis versus Crystalis. Or
No, there is no debate. It's Crystalis.
Okay. You know,
Chat, help us out.
Yeah.
How do we say?
yeah,
how do we
say
say this?
this one? I've played this game. I love this game. I love the Tales of games. Never have known how to say them.
So there's actually 4 figures in this set. They're beautiful, lots of little details to them. The 4th one is currently away. It had a little bit of an accident. But these are also available for a $5 minimum donation as well. Incredible value. And this was donated to us by the wonderful Shuffy.
You know, with all of these fantastic prizes that only require a $5 donation, I feel like going into this next run, we need to start it off with a $5 donation.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, well, first of all, we're raising money for the National Alliance of Mental Illness, and who doesn't love that? But also, with all of these great prizes, we got more to talk about. Get yourself eligible for them, because these are all fantastic.
For sure.
Tell us about some more fantastic stuff.
Well, we have some prizes from the Golden Sun run that we had a little bit earlier today. That was a really fun run.
Oh, yeah.
I was watching that. And there's one in particular, Emily, I think I want you to talk about it. I'm going to show this to the camera because it is so beautiful and so detailed.
We have a few of these throughout the marathon, but this one is the Golden Sun wooden case replica from Pigmented. And what's amazing about this is all laser cut, hand glued, hand stained, so you get that dimension in it, you get that 3D effect of it. But also, it's double-sided too.
It's mind-blowing.
Yeah, it's mind-blowing.
Yes.
The amount of creativity and everything that goes into those.
Yeah, and this one is available, if I can read my notes correctly. This is a $25 minimum donation. So cool. But again, this is going away at the end of this save point. So get your donations in if you want to be entered to win that prize.
Yes.
We also have a couple of other Golden Sun prizes as well, including a beautiful Golden Sun print.
Yeah.
We don't have it here on site, but
be sure to go to the website and check that out.
There's also a prizes command in chat, I believe.
Yes, yeah. It should be exclamation point mark prizes.
There you go.
Yeah.
Use that
I
as well.
see it in chat.
Yep, there you go.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect. Oh,
There you go.
It got us.
The print is so beautiful. It's a shame we don't have it here, but Subconscious Realms has done a fantastic job of it, and that is, again, a $5 minimum donation.
I'm sensing a theme here.
There's a theme here.
Got that
$5 donation
$5
train. I believe we can do that. But we also have some grand prizes.
Yep, we have some grand prizes.
We have some grand prizes.
Some mini-year grand prizes.
Indeed.
They're all grand prizes.
So our first one here is this very cool custom Nintendo DS Lite. This is beautifully decorated for the 10th anniversary of RPG Limit Break. It's to my understanding, a fully functioning DS Lite.
Absolutely.
It will come with a charger too, just so everyone knows.
As you can see. Fully functioning, absolutely beautifully painted. This is a $75 cumulative donation. So as long as you donate a total of $75 across the entire time it's open, you can be entered in to win it. And this is going to close at the Dark Lord run.
At the end of the run. So you got a little bit more time on this one. You don't have to donate $75 all at once. You can donate $5 now for our $5 train. If you donated $20 earlier, that gets you up to $25. Just $50 more before the end of that run will get you in for this beautiful custom DS Lite. And the artwork on it, as you all know, it's our 10th anniversary.
And it's one of a kind.
Yeah, it's one of a kind. We had to do it.
Custom Game Boys did a fantastic job on it.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Now, we have another grand prize as well. Emily, if you want to speak about that, it's up there.
Yes, we have a wonderful mechanical keyboard. It is the Wooding 80HE Hall Effect keyboard. So fancy new switches. Instead of using the standard switch where you have a little leaf and everything in it, it uses magnets to sense when you press the buttons. So you get better response time. So if you're a gamer, you definitely want to get in on this guy.
And that came to us from Sanjan for a $50 donation. So that is a straight up $50 donation, not a cumulative one. That one's going to close at the end of the Final Fantasy VII Rebirth run, coming up tomorrow, I believe that is.
Now, I couldn't help but notice during that last item description, you were talking a lot about switches.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I just so happen to have a very legitimate Switch 2 here.
Very legitimate.
Yes.
Completely. Believe us.
This is the big daddy. This is the grand prize for the entire event. Eligibility for this is, what are you laughing at? This is a legit Switch 2. I can hear you out there.
My uncle works for Nintendo, and he got me this box.
The disrespect is unbelievable.
Yeah. It's like they don't believe me.
Oh, my goodness. Anyway, to get eligible for this, $250 cumulative throughout the entire event. So you have all the way to the finale to get eligible for this. Now, again, to stress what cumulative means, doesn't need to be all in one donation, doesn't need to be all in one day. If you do 5 donations of $50 each throughout the week, that gets you eligible. Or if you want to do one donation for $250, we wouldn't have a problem with that, but that would get you eligible too. So that's how you get in on this very legitimate Switch 2 here.
But yes, also with this, it's a bundle. So not only are you going to get the Switch 2, you're going to get the, why is my brain blanking right now? The Bravely Default HD Remaster.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yes.
Sorry, I just completely forgot for a second. I was so wrapped up in the beauty of the Switch 2 box.
Oh, the packaging that is absolutely exquisite. Yes.
Nintendo knocked it out.
They outdo themselves every time.
But like I said, you will be getting the Switch 2, the actual one.
Yes.
But this one, and the actual one. And a copy of the Bravely Default HD Remaster. So you'll get a game to play with it too.
And we forgot about one prize. I want to make sure we don't miss this prize because the block ends at the end of the save point. We also have a prize open of the Final Fantasy I for the NES.
Oh, yes. Yep.
This is really cool. This came to us from Mitsukibara, and it's a $15 minimum donation. Once again, that's going to close at the end of the save point, so get those donations in.
I'm actually glad that you brought up Mizukibara because I want to give a shout out to Mizukibara and as well as another member of our community, Nicole Goodnight. They are 2 members of our community that were intending to attend RPG Limit Break this year. Unfortunately, will not be able to do so. But just know that we love you, we miss you, and we hope to see you next year. And we hope to see you in chat
Yes.
and whatnot, because because you mean a lot to us, and we want to make sure we showed love. Yes, absolutely, absolutely. So.
But that's all of our prizes. I want to talk now, though, about this wonderful Mimi plush we have here.
Let's do that.
So this is part of the Tantrum merch collection we have for this event. Now, the special thing about Mimi is this is a pre-order for the plush.
Yep.
And in order to actually have this plush created, we need to get 165 pre-orders. It is a $40 item.
Yep.
$40 item. 165 of them are needed. Once we have that, it's guaranteed to be printed. Absolutely beautiful detail. It also... Look at that. It opens.
Functional.
It's a functional chest.
I know.
Look at it. It's so good, so beautiful.
You can put so much spaghetti in that.
I would not recommend spaghetti.
No, I wouldn't. Now, maybe not spaghetti, but maybe another type
Another
of noodle.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
I'll have to think on that. I'll get back to you.
You know, you think about that, because I have one more really exciting piece of news about this Mimi plush, and that is if we hit that 165 minimum pre-orders required to get it made, after that, every pre-order, $20 of the $40 will go to NAMI directly.
That's
so
massive.
50% of every single plush sold after that 165 is going to charity, which is absolutely incredible.
amazing.
Yes.
And that is by far, if you want to get an item for yourself while also supporting a charity, this is hands down the best way to do it.
Yeah.
Yep. And we need y'all's help. If we don't meet that, we need to bring Mimi to life. We need Mimi to exist in this form and to allow you to store all of your fantastic RPG-related or not RPG-related items in it.
Yeah. You could use it to store the prizes you might win.
Yes, exactly.
If you do a $5 donation, get you eligible there.
Yeah. I
Not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now, I think I need to take Mimi because I think Mimi is needed for another segment.
Okay.
I will
well,
leave
then,
you all to
by
it.
all means, abscond with our plushie. We'll talk about some other stuff. Speaking of Tantrum merch, want to highlight a couple of the shirts that are available here. There are plenty of them, but we have two that we'd like to point out here. This one is from, I'm blanking on the name of the game here.
Let me look at my notes here. This is from Dragon Infinite Wealth.
Yes.
The design is made by Tsunami Ko Ryan. This is hands down my favorite shirt of the entire event. It is, you might think it's Pokemon. So many of us have thought it's Pokemon. It is Dragon Infinite Wealth.
Yeah.
And it is just the coolest shirt of the entire collection, in my opinion.
I will let you have that opinion because I gotta say, this design over here, over my shoulder, this is for the Maka Maka game. This is, I have to give a big shout out to my friend Drake Lake, who was the one that designed this shirt. Did an absolutely fantastic job. A lot of the detail here with the characters is really, really cool. And if you're not familiar with the game with which this corresponds, you're gonna wanna make sure you tune in to our Awful Block that's coming up later on in the marathon, because that's in there. It is an absolutely wacky game, and it might make such a fan out of you after you watch that game that you're going to want to get a shirt and rock that because you love that run so much. So yeah, these designs and more are all available for sale online from Tantrum Merch.
Yeah, exactly. There are 7 event-exclusive designs. They're all super cool.
Yes.
Please go check them out. And they've got tons of sizes available as well.
But they also don't have just shirts.
Indeed. I actually want to talk about this next. So this is a notebook from Tantrum with the art designed by the wonderful LLK, who we heard shout out during that Crystalis Randomizer. I have...
Crystalis.
Crystalis.
Whatever, just keep...
I personally have a Tantrum notebook, and I absolutely love it. It is a fantastic quality product. Dotted grid system inside, for those of you who are notebook lovers. It's just really, really good, and it is a fantastic price, $25, and $5 of that, and $5 of any purchase outside of the Mimi plush goes directly to NAMI from Tantrum. So, super cool.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, $5 for every single purchase. But you don't forget the, oh no, I'm sorry, that's with the Dragon Rose. All the purchases there for Tantrum Merch are going to go have a portion go toward NAMI. And this, what is going to be shown here by Cell, is definitely a really, really cool item too.
I have Mimi upside down. Let's fix that.
Mimi upside down, now it's Mimi right side up on this really big, super soft blanket. The design here, all the gems, all the treasures, just emblematic of all the treasures the folks that are sitting out here in the crowd here. I think you're all treasures. So this is representative of you. How much is it for
$40 for this blanket?
$40. And again, you purchase this blanket, $5 of those proceeds go directly to the National Alliance on Mental Illness.
Indeed.
So.
And there are so many other things available as well in that Tantrum collection. There's things like the lanyards, so many things. There's a virtual attendee badge. I am going to give a shout out to the folks at our booth here on site. The fantastic Doodlebug and Tantrum, they are just two lovely individuals, great smiles. Been having fantastic time chatting with them. We do have some exclusive on-site merch, some items that are not available on the store. So if you are here attending, please go say hi to them.
Yes.
Please go talk to them. Check out the stuff that's only available here on site. And if you're remote, please go check out the website and see all that. Because again, $5 of every purchase goes to NAMI.
Yes. Yeah. Now, speaking of other things that you can check out, we got another partner we want to talk about here, and that is Dragon Roast Coffee. They are partnering with us, and what we've got here is one of a few of the different bean blends here. This is the Necromancer blend. This is one here where it is a, what is the description here? Oh, it has dark chocolate, dried fruit, and resurrection. Notes of resurrection. So if you would like, a little, I mean, I guess resurrection is kind of a pick-me-up, right? And that seems pretty suitable for coffee. You can get this and many other flavors through Dragon Roast Coffee. There is a promo code you will want to enter on their website. It's RPGLB25. That's going to get you 10% off your orders. And proceeds from orders from them will also go toward the National Alliance on Mental Illness. So we got two partners that are helping us out in a big way here. Something else that you can get there is this tumbler. This is, as you can see, it's got the 10th anniversary RPG Limit Break design. This is obviously something that is going to be exclusive to the event. And it's stainless steel, it's dual lined, so keeps your hot beverages hot, keeps your cold beverages cold, and is obviously extremely fashionable. Look at this. Isn't that awesome?
Yeah, and like as someone, I do not drink coffee, but I drink an awful lot of tea. And so
I'm tempted though.
I'm very tempted by that tumbler. That's fantastic. But yeah, no. Dragon Roast Coffee has all sorts of coffee. We have the dark roast here. They've got mediums. They've got light roast. My favorite that I've seen so far is the Druid, which is a light roast that has notes of blueberry, honey, and nature.
That makes a lot of sense.
As like someone who doesn't drink coffee, that still sounds really, really amazing.
We all want to get in touch with nature, right?
Indeed.
Yeah.
It's important to go touch some grass periodically.
As they say.
As they say. Yeah, especially with some of the long runs here. It's important to take breaks, take care of yourself, make sure you're doing all those important stuff.
Get some fresh air.
Yeah, get some fresh air.
Yeah.
Go outside. The weather's beautiful here in Denver.
It is. It has been really nice.
It has been. It's been a little stormy a couple of nights, but it's been lovely otherwise.
Yes. So I hear people asking about the origin of this here. It is, let me see here. It is Sumatra is what it says here. I don't see anything else as far as a location here. But all that information is going to be on Dragon Roast website, which is, by the way, it is www.dragonroast.coffee. So if you want to check that out, there we'll have all the details about all the different roasts and, of course, this exclusive tumbler here.
Yeah.
So check that out.
The website is very nice to navigate. I spent a while looking at it before when prepping for this segment. So very, very good. Yeah, I guess we should talk about what's coming up in the rest of the Save Point.
We really should talk about what's coming up next.
Because this is brand new.
And what's coming up next is, and we didn't really even talk about the Save Points. So this is something we're going to be doing periodically throughout the event, where we're just going to kind of check in, see how y'all are doing, talk about some important things, but then if time allows, we're going to have some bonus runs. And this next run here is going to be a very special one that I will allow our host for this next run to introduce, and we'll take it from there. So I think if we're good, we will go ahead and do that.
Absolutely.
I am going to go ahead and send it on over to the host desk, where we have the one, the only Bob the Ninja Goldfish standing by, ready to take you through our